Hey everybody, Bill here. Welcome back to Twin Tiers Homestead. Today, we've got a new addition to our Homestead family. Yes, it came in a FedEx box. So let's open it up and see what it is. So, we really believe in using our resources as much as possible and leveraging everything that we have here and not just throwing everything away. And we also believe in building up the soil as much as possible. And so we do a lot of composting. We try to do a lot of composting with our chickens, and that's worked out pretty well. We went through quite a bit of composting last year, and we'll have another video that talks about that. But we used all that compost to build soil blocks for this year's planting in the garden. But we decided that I wanted to try another type of composting that used worms. So we placed an order with Uncle Jim's Worm Farm, and they arrived today. So what I'm going to do is show you what these look like and put them into these two worm bins that I've built, and we'll talk about the benefits of having worms as composters. So with that, just move some of the stuff out of the way. So I built these bins maybe a week ago, and they're the type of bins that can grow over time, so they're stackable, and I can add more layers onto this, and these worms will live in here. Right now I'm in our basement. I was originally planning to have them outside, but it's a little cold still. So I moved them into the basement, and they'll stay here for maybe another week or two, and then eventually I'll move them out to one of our barns. So the worm bins, we'll put the worms in here, they'll live in here, they'll poop in here. That'll generate what they call the worm castings. Those worm castings are great for fertilizer for plants. They're full of nutrients and minerals that the plants just love. And yeah, so that's what we'll be using this for. And it's great to eliminate waste. We can put paper, shredded paper in here, ground up eggshells, food scraps that we don't feed to the chickens. All of that can go in here, and these types of worms will thrive on it. So I built these worm bins as stackable units, so I'll just show you what's going on inside here. And I'm going to put the camera up next to it so you can see. So in this particular bin, it's full of coconut coir and shredded paper, and on the bottom it has a 1/4-inch mesh hardware cloth, and below that there's another tray that has screen material on top of it and a tarp to catch all the leachate that may go through this. So I'm going to put half the worms in this bin and half in the bin right next to it, and we're going to see how well they perform. And so one of the things that is really important for worms is the pH level and the moisture. So I have a meter. I'll put it down here so you can see it. I have a meter that will tell us the pH reading and the moisture reading. So first we'll test the pH. We want that to be right about 7. So as I stick this in, let me try to get that zoomed in. You can see the needle is right spot on 7. Okay. If I switch it over to moisture, we want it to be in between in the green area. So let me just build a little up here. Yeah, and that's right between 4 and 5, so that's really good. So it's in the green area. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. So we're going to open up some of these worms here and see what's going on with them. Well, I can see movement, so that's always a good sign. I'm just going to dump some of them out here. Alright, so let's see if you can see them. So So there they are moving around. They're trying to spread out already. They don't like the light, so they're going to do their best to burrow underneath. These look real healthy. There's a total of 5,000 that I ordered. And yeah, they should do fairly well here in this environment. These are called red wigglers. They're not as large as maybe night crawlers that you would use for fishing, but they're a little small right now because they've been in transit for a couple of days, and all they've had to live on is the food within the bag. So they'll grow in size over the next week, and you know, as these consume all the material on the bottom here, we'll add more to it, and then as this bottom tray gets full, I'll add another one on top of it, and the worms will migrate up to that next bin up. So we'll show you more of that in a little bit, but I'm going to finish unboxing the rest of these worms. Just going to dump them all here, and I'll move some to the other bin. Oh yeah, lots of activity. If you can see that on camera. There's a big old worm ball right here. That's a good sign though. So I'm going to move some of these over to the other bin. Well, they're really clumped together there. Looks like they've done pretty well at making the trip. Alright, so you can see them really moving around there. That's one bin, and this is another bin. So I'll just put the lids on. I'll come back and check on them later. I suspect most of them are going to try to burrow down into the shredded paper and the coconut core. And then we'll throw a little bit of food in here. I'm sure we've got some scrap food upstairs, banana peels and whatnot, waiting to go for them. So, all right, we'll check back in a little bit.
Hello. Hello. We're going to prepare some food for the worms. We just got a batch of worms. Sounds gross, but that's what we're doing. So first we have some eggshells we're going to crush up. Okay?
We are going to be smashing up eggshells for our worms, but it does sound gross. I held one a couple minutes ago and it squirmed out of my hand.
Okay. So first we're going to take this pile of eggshells, put it in the plastic bowl. You want to dump it?
Like,
Yeah, just dump it.
I don't want to spill it or anything.
Okay.
Uh-oh, we have a stucker.
That's okay. Just put it down. That's fine. No, there's some behind. Okay.
Put that aside. Open another one of these. First stuff is up here.
Yep. We should cover it up. I don't know. Just go ahead and press the easy button.
It's getting cooked. And then we're going to smash it with this mallet.
Okay.
It's stuck to me. It's stuck to me.
Alright. We're just zapping it, microwaving it to
Heat up the
take care of
good.
some salmonella maybe. Are they hot? Don't burn yourself. I already zapped it a couple times
They're
before.
warm.
Okay, so now you're going to take the mallet and squish them up. No, just turn it this way, it's easier. Try to do this.
It's not small enough, so we have to put it in the blender.
It's not small enough, so we're going to
But I
grind
don't want any.
it. Here, if you hold this.
Okay. That's the blender. But first we have to put it in the machine right there.
Oh, you did it good.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to blend. You ready?
Go. Okay. A little more.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Got it. Ew.
Okay. Get down. Yes, my child is sitting on the counter. And here's Alana with a tangled up puppet.
I
Okay.
can't even open it myself.
Let's pause this for a minute.
Okay. I did it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
It turned into powder.
Yes, very powdery powder.
It looked gross in the thing.
That's perfect.
Whoa.
Oh, that doesn't smell good.
What are you making? Ew. Oh, okay, that's
hold on.
disgusting. It kind of smells like corn. What are you making it for? Worms.
Okay, so now... Oh, it smells bad. Okay, I'm going to open up these coffee cups. Can they see it? Oh, it smells like burning
There's still
flesh.
coffee.
Yes, the worms will eat coffee grounds, so...
But
These are all used K-cups. And I'm going to put them in here. Alright, let Alana mix it.
oh, hit the corner.
Okay. That's good enough. Alright, we're going to take this down to where the worm bins are,
Okay.
along with some vegetables, along with some scraps. And we'll see you down there. Okay,
Don't
so
throw it in, just put it in.
we've got the veggie scraps. This is the first worm bin. So you can see the worms.
I want to squish a worm.
It's okay.
There's a bunch on the sides. What's this one? Though?
Can that go in?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
what's in?
I just squished the one worm, but it's okay because it find its way out.
So we have these worm bins in our basement right
See
now.
the other ones.
It's covered in worms.
Those worms are going to be jazzed up.
Bye bye worms over here. Hold on. Got it. Don't squish the worms. Put them on this time.
Let's see. Oh, there's some.
Put it in this time.
Yes. Liliana, give your sister a turn. It's okay to put it all in one spot.
We had some asparagus ends. We had lettuce. I'm not sure what else is in there.
Coffee grounds and eggshells.
Oh, yes.
It's okay.
Those eggshells didn't smell good after we ground them up. It smelled like burning flesh. It was really bad. Oh,
All right. I have to spray some water in here.
is that your water sprayer right there, or that's different?
Yeah, I think it's empty though. Or close to it. Lana, can you pick that up and hold it?
May they get fat and happy.
We found a worm that was like this bad.
Really?
I once found a worm that was this bad.
Right.
I found
See you next time.